The NBS plugin for Autodesk Revit includes an association report. This can be used to check the associations between objects in the model and clauses in a linked specification. This report will flag up any inconsistencies between the linked specification and the model, such as clauses that have been renamed or clauses that have been removed from the specification. I will access the specification that is linked to the model, and I will make some changes to some of the clauses. First, I will rename some of the clauses in the specification. So I will change Doorset System Type A to Internal Doorset and Doorset System Type B to External Doorset. I've decided that some of the content in the specification is no longer required. For example, I will remove this radiator clause from the job. In the model, I have some window objects that do not come from the NBS National BIM Library and are not associated with NBS clauses. I will add a window system into the specification that can then be associated to an object in the model. When I return to the model, I can see that this is now out of sync with the linked specification. The radiator is still annotated in this view. The annotations on these Doorset systems are no longer correct. Also, this window system here is not associated with a clause, so it does not include a valid annotation. To check the objects that are out of sync, I can select the Verify Associations button on the NBS tab on the ribbon. From here I can see the objects that are associated, as well as some warnings and some errors. The warnings group indicates objects where the NBS description does not match the clause title in the specification. Here I can see the Doorset systems that I've renamed in the specification. There are a number of available actions, including removing the association. This will delete the clause title from the object. I can view the clause in NBS Create. This will open up NBS Create software and will allow me to edit the clause. I can also view the clause. This will open a read-only view of the clause in a separate window. Finally, I can rename the object so that the NBS description matches the clause title in NBS Create. I will select this option for the two Doorset systems. I can see that they have disappeared from the warnings group and now appear in the Total Associated Objects group with a description that matches the clause title. I will view the Errors group. This displays objects in the model that are associated with clauses that do not appear in the linked specification. In this instance, it shows me the radiators clause, which I deleted from the specification. I have similar action options here, but I'm also able to reassociate it with a different clause if required. In this instance, I will remove the association. This will delete the clause description and reference from the object. Also included in the association report is the Other Objects tab. This will display any objects in the model that are not associated with a clause. I can see the window object here, which does not come from the NBS National BIM Library and is not associated. I have the option here to associate with the clause that I added to the linked specification earlier. I can browse to the required clause, or I can select the list view to see all of the system and product clauses in the specification. I will select the window system clause. The object now disappears from the Other Objects tab and appears in the Associated Objects group in the report. I will close the report and view some of the changes in the model. The annotation for the radiator object is no longer valid, as this clause was removed from the specification, but this acts as a prompt for me to also remove the object from the model. I can see that the annotations for the two Doorset systems have now updated and are in sync with the clauses in the specification. And I am able to use the multi-category tag to annotate the window object. I can see that this now includes the clause reference and title,